Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. BS Physics, Semester 1, Mechanics 1, Course Code Physics 1103, Lecture number 12, Chapter number 4, Two-Dimensional Motion. The article of this chapter, Projectile Motion. I am talking with you, Rashmat Ali, Assistant Professor of Physics, Khwaja Farid Government Postgraduate College, Rimia Khan. Dear students, the material of this lecture has been taken from the outlines of syllabus as recommended from the university. First book, Physics for Scientists and Engineers by Survey Javed. Second book, Fundamentals of Physics by Gerald Walker. First of all, the main contents: projectile, projectile motion, displacement or position of projectile, trajectory of projectile, time of flight, horizontal range of projectile, maximum range and maximum height of projectile. This is the main figure taken from the chapter. This is a welding of a material. The sparks, the materials, the parts are flying out just like a projectile. So, in the last lecture, we have studied about the two-dimensional motion, the motion of a body in a plane. Two examples were quoted. One of them is motion of the body in a circle, another is projectile. So, projectile can be defined in many ways. Projectile word is derived from the project. Project means throw, and projectile is the body that is thrown. One of these definitions, a body which possesses two velocities, a horizontal and a vertical velocity simultaneously, is called projectile. Any body thrown with initial velocity, given an initial push, making some angle with horizontal, will be called a projectile. So many examples are available in practical life, in daily life. Two examples I have shared here. A bullet fired from the gun, a long jump and a high jump. Similarly, a water from a tape, horizontal tape, a bomb dropped by a bomber. Examples: the path followed by a projectile is called trajectory. The trajectory of a projectile is a parabola. Parabola is mathematical geometrical figure, just like half of a circle or semicircle, but some difference in between semicircle and this is a body projected in XY plane. Two components are shown here. One of the initial velocity and other is acceleration due to gravity. The projectile is given only an initial push. Then it moves under the action of gravity. The arrow upward inclined some angle is the inertial motion, and the downward arrow shows the acceleration due to gravity. If gravity is absent, then any body thrown with initial velocity in initial direction will continue to do so by the law of inertia. But the gravity continuously alters the path and so on. The body moves to the highest point. Then, due to the collective motion, inertial flight and gravity, the body at last finally hits the ground at some distance from the point of projection. Projectile motion is the main article. The two-dimensional motion under constant acceleration due to gravity is called projectile motion. The projectile motion can be analyzed easily if we make two assumptions. As assumptions means suppositions. We call it mafruzat in Urdu. One of the assumption is the free fall acceleration g is constant over the range of motion and it is directed downward to the center of earth at each and every point during the motion. Second assumption is made, the effect of air resistance is negligible. This is perhaps the first case we are studying the projectile motion where air resistance is negligible. This is an ideal case. In practical, air resistance available when a missile is thrown from certain point in a country that moves inter-country or intercontinental distances, their air resistance cannot be neglected. But in an ideal case, we neglect the air friction. The kinematics of projectile are velocity, displacement, and acceleration. First of all, we discuss the acceleration. Projectile is two-dimensional motion. So in two-dimensional motion, acceleration has the two components, ax I cap, ay j cap. But in case of projectile, the ax component will be 0 because acceleration is always produced under the influence of force. Ax is 0 because no force is acting along the horizontal. As we have described you, in case of projectile, only initial push is given. Then the only force acting on the projectile is the gravitational force. So Ay component will be plus minus g, acceleration due to gravity. Plus sign is assigned to the motion when initial velocity and acceleration has the same direction, that is the body is moving downward, and negative sign when initial velocity and acceleration due to gravity has the opposite signs, means body is moving upward. In a half of the path, the g will be initial path A to C. The g will be negative because velocity is upward, and the final path, half of the final path from C to E, the acceleration due to gravity g has the positive sign as well as velocity has the positive sign, both are in same direction. Now the velocity of a projectile at any instant of time is called instantaneous velocity. Initial velocity has two components, Vix equal to Vi cos theta, Vi y, Vi sin theta, as we see from this figure. It has two components. Theta I, or only theta, is the angle made by the projectile with the horizontal. The velocity at any instant of time can be found by using first equation of motion, Vf equal to Vi plus AT. So we observe the motion velocity. If we look at the horizontal component Vxi at point A, B, C, and E, these components are same because no force is acting along horizontal. Whereas the vertical component Viy, we are at point A is largest component, at point B the component has reduced, whereas at point C the y component of velocity has disappeared, and at point D the y component is downward, and at point E the y component has again the same magnitude as at point A. So coming to the equation, the x component of velocity, Vfx equal to Vx, we call it only Vx from final velocity, and that will be the Vix plus Ax into t. Here Ax is 0 because we have studied in the acceleration topic, no acceleration is along the horizontal, so Vx will be Vi cos theta. It means that the final velocity along x-axis at any instant will be constant, similar to that of the initial velocity. The y component Vfy, we call it simply Vy equal to Vi sin theta minus gt. The instantaneous velocity can be written as the sum of two components. So this is the velocity, and magnitude can be written as V square equal to Vx square plus Vy square by Pythagoras theorem. The magnitude V only, square root Vx square plus Vy square. Putting the values and solving them, we get the final velocity Vi square minus 2 Vi gt sin theta and plus gt square. The direction of velocity at any instant can be found from the tangent theta, that is perpendicular of base. Phi is the direction of velocity at any instant of time. Tan inverse Vy over Vx. By substituting the above components values, we can evaluate the direction of velocity at any instant of time. The acceleration at highest point. This is a pitfall given in the book. The acceleration at the topmost point of its trajectory is zero. Normally this is thought about the acceleration at the highest point. This is a mistake, arises from the confusion between the zero vertical velocity and the zero acceleration. If the projectile were to experience zero acceleration at the highest point, then its velocity at that point would not change. The projectile would move horizontally at constant speed from then and on. This does not happen because the acceleration is not zero anywhere along the trajectory. By magnitude and direction, the acceleration is constant, that is equal to g, numerical value 9.8 meter per second. That is why we shown here g is always downward at all instants and at all points. Displacement or position of projectile. When we are projecting a projectile from its initial point, then t is 0, so xi and vi both will be 0. And ax, repeating again, is 0, but ay is plus minus g. There are two components at any instant which can be found by the second equation of motion. S is equal to VIT plus 1 by 2 AT square. The x component from this equation, xf, we call only the x, VIxt plus AXT. So putting the above values, AX0, then x is VI cos theta into t. The y component, VFY, VIY plus 1 by 2 GT square. So putting the values of VIY, VI sin theta. If sin is here positive, so means acceleration is downward, that body's motion is downward. If it is negative, then the motion is upward. The acceleration and the position are two-dimensional, so r vector can be written as Vi cos theta t, I unit cap, unit vector, and similarly the value of y component, so the magnitude and the final magnitude is square root Vi square minus 2Vi gt square sin theta plus gt square and whole square. The direction of velocity can be found from tangent ratio phi is equal to tan inverse y over x. Next one is projectile trajectory. The projectile trajectory is parabola. We can prove this, that this is a long question, descriptive question. In examination of point of view, we can ask you that show that trajectory of projectile is parabola. So, consider a particle is projected with initial velocity vi, making angle theta. The vertical distance moved by the projectile is given by. This is the y is equal to vi sine theta plus 1 by 2 gt square. So, the horizontal distance moved by the projectile is given by, as we have calculated it in the above position or displacement article, or taking the value of t from this equation, that will be x over vi cos theta. Substituting this value t in the above equation, we can see the relation vi sin theta bracket x over vi cos theta. This is the value of t plus 1 by 2 and g into x over vi cos theta whole square. Managing it, sin theta over cos theta becomes tan theta multiplied by x vi in first portion cancels out, and in second portion we are managing it. Finally, tan theta, the vertical distance is y equal to tan theta x plus 1 g by 2 vi square secant square theta into x square. This becomes the equation y is equal to ax plus bx. This is an equation of parabola. Here a and b are two constants. A is equal to tan theta and b is equal to g over v 2 vi square secant square theta. A and b are taken as constant. So the above equation becomes the equation of parabola. So we can finally say that the parabola, the trajectory of a projectile is a parabola. This is another pitfall in acceleration at highest point. We have discussed it. Time of flight of a projectile. Time of flight means how much time a projectile stays in air when it is fired from the initial point to when it hits the ground. So time required for a projectile to stay in the air is called time of flight. Consider a projectile is projected with initial velocity making angle theta. Consider the vertical component of displacement y equal to vi yt plus 1 by 2 a yt square. Here y is equal to h, that is the height when a body thrown after a certain time of flight, comes to the ground, so its height will be considered as 0. Ay equal to g and vi equal to vi sin theta, t equal to capital T. Here g has a negative sign. Putting all these values, we would have 0 equal to vi sin theta t capital plus 1 minus 1 by 2 gt square. Minus sign indicates that the motion is upward. Managing it, so we will get time of flight t capital 2 vi over g sin theta. 2 is a factor. We take the factor vi over g sin theta. This is the time for initial point to reach the maximum height, and the same time is needed from highest point to hit the ground. This is the relation for time of flight. This relation shows that time of flight depends upon initial velocity, angle of projection, and acceleration due to gravity. If range is short, small distance is covered by projectile as we fire the bullet from the gun, then G will be constant for short distance. So it depends upon the VI and theta. If range is long, then G varies from place to place. For a projectile, when it is thrown as missile is thrown from one country to another country, from one continent to another continent, then G does not remain constant. It varies, so time also varies. If a projectile is thrown with small velocity, its stay period in air will be small. And if it is thrown with large velocity, then stay period will be quite large. Similarly, the theta, if theta is 0, then time will be 0, the body will not move and show the projectile motion, parabolic motion. If theta is 90, this is special case, then there will be no projectile motion. The body moves vertically upward, then comes down, and then in this case, the time will be 2VI over G. Next article is horizontal range, a range of projectile. A range means distance, horizontal distance, from point of projection to the hitting where the projectile reaches the ground or target. Is the distance traveled, horizontal range is the horizontal distance traveled by the projectile is called range of projectile. We can see from the figure O is initial point and B is the final point. So horizontal distance is shown by R. R is the range. Because it is a horizontal distance, so we use the second equation of motion. X is equal to X component, X is equal to VIX T plus 1 by 2 AX into T square. But in this case, AX is 0, X distance will be the range, AX 0, VIX, VI cos theta as I have seen in the above. And the time will be T is equal to capital T, that is the time of flight. Then R would be equal to VI cos theta into T. So putting the value of T and managing it, VI will be VI square over G, 2 sin theta and cos theta enclosed in a bracket is a trigonometric identity that gives sin 2 theta. So range is equal to VI square over G sin 2 theta. Here, this formula shows the range depends upon initial velocity, angle of projection, and acceleration due to gravity. When will be the range maximum? We can see from this figure horizontal ranges and vertical heights. If initial velocity is a constant VI 50 meters per second, changing angles, angle of projections, the range changes. First of all, angle of projection of 50 degree, the range becomes almost 125, angle of projection becomes 30 degree, the range becomes almost 225. If the angle becomes 45 degree, the range becomes 250, around about 50 for 67, 65. When angle is made more 45 to 60 degree, the range even decreases. Even the angle is more increased 75 degree, the range again decreases. One thing more, we can see from the figure, if 75 is added to 15 degree, the angle becomes 60 and 90. Similarly, 30 is added to 60, the angle becomes 90. For two angles whose sum is 90 degree, the ranges will be same. This is a conclusion from this figure. We have seen the formula for the range of projectile. This formula shows if Vi square and G are constant, then range depends only on the angle theta. Sin 2 theta, if it is a maximum, then range will be maximum. So for maximum range, we calculate the angle theta. Sin 2 theta is equal to maximum is equal to, and trigonometric ratios, sin theta has the maximum value 1. It varies from 0 to 1, then again decreases. So we calculate the angle 2 theta sin inverse 1 equal to 90 degree, and theta would be 45 degree. As we have seen from the figure 2, at 45 degree, the range is maximum. Putting the value of angle theta 45, we calculate the maximum range Vi square over G. If we put this maximum range in the above relation, then we have another range, other formula, R equal to R maximum sin 2 theta. If the initial velocity Va is kept constant, changing the angle of projection changes the range. For angle of projection theta 45, range is maximum. One conclusion already I've drawn from the figure. For two angles, theta 1 and theta 2, the sum of angle theta equal to theta 1 plus theta 2 equal to 90 degree, then ranges will be equal as seen from the figure. Now, height of the projectile. Height, as projectile is projected, the height starts from point O to A. Height is going to increase from A to B. The height is going to decrease. The maximum height is at highest point A, that is H. At maximum height, the velocity of projectile will be slower because Y component of the velocity will become 0. For maximum height, we use second equation, even third equation of motion with Y component, AYY, VFY square plus minus VIY square. Here, Y is equal to H is the height, AY equal to minus G, because we have considered the Y component. VFY equal to 0, then putting the values above given, And simplifying, finally we have the value h is equal to vi square over 2g sine square theta. This is the relation for the maximum height of projectile. Theta is equal to 90 degree. H is equal to vi square over 2g is the maximum height. If theta is 90 degree, then it means that the body is projected vertically upward. It makes an angle with the horizontal x-axis, that is 90 degree. That's the end of the lecture. Thanks for listening with patience. Allah bless you all. Allah Hafiz. Goodbye.